So let's talk about this now with my guests. And to take it all up, we have Cut to the Chase podcast host Laura Curran and Common Sense Society executive editor Christopher Bedford. Thank you both for being here, and a Happy New Year to you both.
Thank you.
Christopher, let me start with you. So again, we did have this sort of outpouring that this was a constitutional crisis this week. People were accusing these 20 or so holdout Republicans as being terrorists. I should say again, as we sit here now, right now we're recording this on Friday, we don't know, it's possible that, but by the time viewers see this, some sort of a deal will have been reached. So I want to ask you, Christopher, what does this process, however it turns out, what does this tell us about the state of the Republican Party, about the unity of the party, and about its ability to get a genuinely conservative agenda passed?
Well, for folks like Dan Crenshaw, it doesn't show you a very strong Republican Party, but it's not even really his fault or a lot of other congressmen's fault. This is really the first time we've seen regular order on the House floor in years. This is what it looks like. People down on the floor debating, people cutting deals, people negotiating, not exactly knowing the outcome predetermined. I mean, essentially, the House of Representatives has been centralizing power since the 90s. Speaker Newt Gingrich realized that he could use the House of Representatives to really control the federal government in a way through the power of the purse. And he started to centralize that power, handed it down, and it really solidified during the W years because terrorism was the game and that imperial power was there. Now, an imperial house, like people like Crenshaw would have, there's all the power centered right in the middle, and the leader might be a fine thing if the House of Representatives actually did its job, if it controlled the purse, if it had oversight over the executive. But I don't see any point of a powerful centralized leader in the House of Representatives unless they're actually holding the executive to account, unless they're actually doing their constitutional job. That's something that's gone out the window a long time ago. So some of these folks may be out there for self-aggrandizement. I think a lot of other folks like Chip Roy are out there because they see a serious issue in the House of Representatives. Of course, the deals that they're making and the changes they're making are really good and healthy. The only problem for them is even if they get everything they want, Mitch McConnell can still ignore it in the U.S. Senate and probably will. But either way, this is a good and healthy thing for us to be doing.